Dyer's Big Sandy Superstore in Grayson, Kentucky. If you want $50 off your next appliance, come on down now. That goes for bedroom sets, all-in-one washer and dryers, microwaves, any appliance you need for your house right now. Go to Dyer's Big Sandy Superstore in Grayson, Kentucky and use promo code CAR for $50 off your next appliance. That's promo code CAR for $50 off your next appliance of your choice. That's promo code CAR for $50 off your next appliance of your choice. Shrek 5, hell yeah. So the Shrek 5 trailer has officially dropped a year after the teaser trailer dropped. I don't understand why they did it a year later, but you know what? There's no sense in complaining. This is going to be a pretty thorough breakdown of the teaser trailer. And I don't even know if I would call it a teaser trailer. I mean, it's showing actual clips from the movie. Like a year ago, they did a teaser trailer. This is an actual official first trailer. Without further ado, you know what? Let's just go ahead and jump into it. This is going to be pretty fire.
Once upon a time, a hideous ogre and a delusional donkey.
Right, okay, so FYI, I've watched this about 50,000 times already. Whenever we open it up, you know, we're going for the storybook vibe, just like Shrek really intended in its original and in Shrek 2. So I'm happy that they're at least going back to the roots for this trailer, and they're opening up with a storybook. Another thing that I notice off the bat is this storybook that they have done is actually the original Shrek book that you see here that was published in 1990. Written in 1989, published in 1990, Shrek was by author and illustrator William Steig, not Stag or Stieg. Everybody likes to say Stag or Stieg, which annoys the hell out of me. But yeah, this is the original character design for Shrek that they're using in this storybook here, which is just fire, going back to the roots, something that the original Shrek didn't even do. And then the onion on the front of the book, you know, classic layers.
A hideous ogre and a delusional donkey embarked on a journey to the magical city of further away.
So further away, okay. Obviously, genius. Let's go ahead and smack Disney in the face a little bit more and make fun of In a Land Far away, which we already did in Shrek 2 and we've done religiously in Shrek, but let's go that extra step and let's go further away. That's actually really smart.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's really happening. Do you know what that means? I need a makeover. Get my arms soaked and my back jacked. My ass active. Maybe you can tighten up my madonna. No, definitely not. So what you say?
So it's great that we're keeping edge. We're using words like ass and everything, you know, just barely over the line or straddles the line, whatever you want to call it. I love subliminal humor. I think that it's actually genius.
No, don't say it. Truth, all work friends. I want that.
Another thing worth making mention of is all the stuff in the background. You know, you see references to Dragon and you get to see her new sharp design. You see the Dronkies grown up and they just look like Donkey with a touch of Dragon in them, and it's freaking hilarious. You see some stuff from the first 4 Shrek movies in the background, like sunflowers. Then you can also see Shrek's helmet that he used whenever he went to rescue Princess Fiona. Pretty fire. You got the stay out sign. It looks like Shrek's warming up to having company, so he's kept the stay out sign in his house.
No, definitely not.
We also have a wheel to the onion carriage that they drive.
Just saying it's a dragon donkey off on a no, don't say it.
Whenever I did a breakdown of the teaser trailer a year ago, one of the big things that I mentioned that this new Shrek movie has to have is Donkey making mention of Shrek and Donkey setting off on another stalwart whirlwind adventure. Shrek and Donkey are 2 stalwart friends and they're always off on whirlwind big city adventures. Shrek the Third wasn't a really Donkey and Shrek whirlwind based movie. Shrek Forever After, it wasn't really a Shrek and Donkey centered movie either, at least because Donkey makes mention of the first Shrek being a stalwart whirlwind adventure, and he says the same thing in Shrek 2. Doesn't in Shrek the Third, doesn't in Shrek Forever After, but guess what? He does in this one. So.
Truth, all work friends. That's not what this is. On a whirlwind big city.
Oh, I'm caked up like a friggin' bakery.
Okay, I know damn good and well people are going to complain so hard about that, like it's too edgy or it's too cringe or something like that. If that is not, if Gingy putting gumdrop buttons on his ass and shaking and twerking. If that is not Shrek, dude, I don't know what the hell is. Okay, and then further away, this first look that we have it further away here, it looks exactly like the canceled version of Shrek that we almost got where Chris Farley did the voice for Shrek. They did a test for Shrek back in the 90s, made a real gritty looking dark place that kind of looks like further away here, a little gritty, like old school town. And Shrek actually walked through this town as a motion capture animated character. He stopped a mugger from stealing his money or mugging him or whatever. And that was the original Shrek test that they did for DreamWorks back in the 90s. Obviously, that wasn't what we got. Whenever that test was shown to the executives at DreamWorks, they fired that whole new crew and they started from scratch. So, had we not had that terrible Shrek test in the 90s where the backgrounds and the environment looked kind of like further away, we would have never had that failure and then got what we got with Shrek today.
Wanna date a snowman?
Speed up, Shrek.
Okay, do you want to date a snowman? Me and my brother have talked about that joke so much today because, again, perfectly encapsulates Shrek. Let's drag our sack across Disney's face. Let's take what worked so well for Disney and let's just piss all over it. I love it. Take a character that's obviously an Olaf parody and make him look like a rundown hooker selling himself on the side of the road. Do you want to date a snowman, puts a corncob pipe in his mouth? Shrek, will you speed up? Dude, Shrek, to a T. Shrek. Shrek, man.
You really can't help yourself, can you?
Hell to the no, I can't.
Donkey can't help himself. Hell to the no, he can't. You know, Edge, man. Gotta have Edge for Shrek. You know who, hell to the no, he can't contain his excitement for this trailer? This guy right here. And we got Big Ben, the clock. It's awesome that we're referencing pop culture still. The Knights chasing in carriages, that's going back to Shrek 2, Tonight on Nights. You know, it's like a cops parody. Pretty fire. See that giant, and then further away, everything in the background, you see witches in the background, you see carriages in the background that are vegetables, referencing like Cinderella, how there's the pumpkin carriages, and then Shrek 2, you know, obviously made fun of that straight on the nose with the onion carriage. But you see in the background there are other vegetable carriages. I think that that's really nice. And then have no idea who that giant is. I'm trying my best to kind of help. No idea. I mean, I'm so surprised, so excited. Then there's the little goat or sheep here. It looks like maybe Donkey accidentally turned into it or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe it didn't. Maybe it's just a goat remix reference or something like that. I love this jail. All of the plants kind of growing up across the side of it. I feel like that's a Rapunzel reference. It's kind of referencing like how mossy and everything the tower was that Rapunzel lived in a bunch of different versions. And I know in Tangled, there's a little bit of plants and everything growing up on the side of it. I love how they just put jail, you know, and they kind of make it implied like a Disney princess could be inhabited there, you know, and it's jail. I mean, Shrek, you know, parody, make fun of Disney a little bit, why don't you?
Baby, come back.
And then we got Marcelo Hernandez's character, Fergus. Fergus is going to be played by Marcelo Hernandez of SNL. I think that he's already one of the greatest cast members of all time, but that's just my opinion. Definitely the greatest young cast member. He does Mr. Franzi, which is my absolute favorite modern SNL character. And he's big for Domingo. What he broke big for was that Domingo sketch that they absolutely ran into the ground. Anyways, Marcelo Hernandez is doing Fergus. Genius. He's got such a deep voice.
Any kind of fool could see
There was something in everything about you. Okay, and we're gonna go with classic music here. You know what I mean? It's not going to be modern pop bubblegum bullcrap. It's going to be your standard, regular, mainstream OG pop. That's great. You know, I love that. Here we have Fergus and Farkle. Skylar Gonzando, he's the one who's doing the voice for Farkle. And if any of you guys grew up on iCarly or Drake and Josh, he was a incidental character in a bunch of those shows. One's on Disney and Nickelodeon. He was in Vacation. He was in the Santa Clarita show or whatever it was. And he also plays the kid Mo in the Three Stooges, the Three Stooges movie that came out, I think it was 2012. And Skylar Gizondo, I remember he played Megan's assistant in one of the episodes of Drake and Josh, and he gave Drake and Josh the sticky cheese, and they couldn't talk. You know, so the fact that he is going to be playing one of Shrek's kids, it's almost like they asked me before they casted the damn movie. You got Marcelo Hernandez and Skylar Gonzando playing Shrek's kids. Genius, man. Genius. Why the hell? See, okay, another thing. I love it so much. Why Roxanne? Oh my gosh, dude, you could have sang any other blues song and it would have made more sense, but you spit out Roxanne. Love it. Not complaining. So donkey. So classic, you know. And Roxanne, that's another like '90s song, you know. So we're keeping it OG. We're not reaching too far, taking our foot and stepping too far into this 2020s bull crap. You know what I mean? We're just making fun of it a little bit. That is absolutely what Shrek does best. Is make fun of popular culture and include it so organically that you think, "Holy crap, was this made for this movie?" And you know, we got the four OG cast members that they're using to promote, like they used last year. You know, Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and then Zendaya. So Shrek, Donkey, Princess Fiona, and Felicia. But you only see glimpses of Felicia in this trailer. She's on like the witch's broomstick right here. But that's, you know, you don't get too much of Felicia in the trailer here, but we already got a glimpse of her in the teaser, so it makes sense that we would get more of Fergus and Farkle. Um, Everybody wants to complain about the designs. I think the designs are great. I think the crow's feet on Shrek is awesome. I think that they've aged Fiona beautifully. I like the new sheer and the outfit and the designs and stuff they've given her. Shrek's teeth is literally the exact same. It's like they literally model his teeth and his mouth the exact same way. Love it. You know, the only thing that people I think is really throwing people off is the eyes. The eyes are a lot more expressive. I feel like they are there to help even make fun of Disney and Pixar that much more. I love. I mean, you could tell Shrek. His eyes usually stay kind of almond, you know, and everybody's characters are going to stay more real almondy shape for the most part. But I love how that they can go that extra step and get even more expressive and squint even more now. Uh, One thing that Shrek has always had on Disney and Pixar is its believability. Uh, I don't think that there's any animated movie that's more believable than Shrek. You look like you could walk out into the forest and stumble upon these characters, especially with the original and everything. You know, now that it's a little bit more stylized, they look a little bit more animated, which is not bad. Uh, but like I said, it's really the eyes, and the eyes can go over expressive now, or they could go back to their normal expression that they used to have. And I love that we have the best of both worlds. Let's make fun of Disney a little bit more, why don't we? You know what I mean? But yeah, I could go on and on and on about Shrek for, you know, I'm over 20 minutes recording this video. I could go for about 20 hours, but I'll go ahead and stop there. maybe I'll do another breakdown. Maybe I'll read into it just a little bit further. We have more videos coming over the next couple weeks. The pilot for my cartoon will be out sometime in the next 60 to 90 days, but do not quote me on that. Can't wait to get it out. Passion project I've been waiting to get down to you guys for freaking years now. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you guys for watching through to the end of this video. If there's any suggestions that you guys have, any animated movies that you want me to review personally, any shows, anything animated that you want me to comment on, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I will openly comment on it. And I'll make a video about it. I'll openly comment on it with a video. How about that? Thank you guys so much. Shrek is the greatest animated movie ever, and see ya.